Welcome in, guys, to my NFL Week 6 recap. We're 6 weeks into the NFL. Like, that is crazy that we're 6 weeks into the NFL. So let's talk about the week that was, the Week 6 of the NFL. First off, we start off with the Thursday night game, the Broncos versus the Chiefs. The Chiefs win on Thursday night at Arrowhead, 8-19. You gotta think, George Patton should be fired. George Patton should be fucking fired for even sanctioning this deal with Russell Wilson. You know, you're gonna have this guy till he's 40 years old. You're gonna have this guy till he's 40. And I can know other teams like the Bears and the Panthers, like, you're not fucking tanking, we're tanking. We're gonna get Caleb Williams and we're gonna fucking make sure that we're gonna not screw this quarterback up. No disrespect. I don't think the Panthers need a quarterback. They don't need a quarterback, the Panthers, but the Bears need to. And I'll talk about them in a minute. Russell Wilson threw for 15 out of 22 passes, and he had 155 yards, one touchdown, 2 interceptions. Patrick Mahomes had 30 out of 40 throws, 306 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and the Chiefs go rolling on, and now they're 5-1 now. The Chiefs, and the Broncos are 1-4. That only win against the Bears. Going on to the early Sunday game. We're in jolly old England and whatever. For this game, Ravens versus the Titans. The Ravens get the win, 24-16. Lamar Jackson throws for 21 out of 30, 230 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Derrick Henry has 12 carries, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. And the Ravens get the job done in jolly old England, so good for them. Commanders versus the Falcons. We had the Commanders versus the Falcons in the other early Sunday games. The Commanders beat the Falcons 24-6. Sam Howell only threw for 14 out of 23 yards, 151 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had a pretty good game, I think, Sam Howell. He only threw for 14 out of 23 completions, 151 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had a pretty good game, I think, in my opinion. Desmond Ridder had 28 out of 47 throws, 307 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but wasn't enough for Desmond Ridder, as Desmond Ridder lost his first home game as a NFL starter, and his first home game in either since he's been playing at college or in the NFL. So that's a big stat that Desmond Ridder was on the losing end of a home game, either at college level or in the NFL. So that was a stat for Desmond Ridder not to have. Then we had the division game here. We had the Dennis Allen and the Derek Carr's Saints. Jimmy Garoppolo's Saints. Sorry, I keep saying Derek Carr. Jimmy Garoppolo's Saints, and Dennis Allen and Jimmy Garoppolo went to the Texans, and C.J. Stroud threw for 13 out of 27 yards, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He had a good game. C.J. Stroud. I think probably you in these last couple of games, especially the last few games, you're seeing what DeMeco Ryans implementing on the field. You're seeing what he's trying to get out of C.J. Stroud, and he had 2 touchdowns on Sunday, so he had a pretty good game. The Texans win 13 out of 20, and I'm really impressed with the Texans. I'm really impressed with DeMeco Ryan. I'm really impressed with what they did in the draft. We get Will Anderson, Nico Williams is a good addition. You've still got Pearson. I'm really liking this Texans team. I think if they have more additions, especially going in the trade in a couple of weeks, and if they get more people in the draft, I think this Texans team, especially in the NFC South, they're going to win that division. Then we have the Panthers versus the Dolphins. Again, Panthers fans, patience with Bryce Young. Patience. I know a lot of people say, oh, Bryce Young, whatever. Give him time. Give Frank Reich time, because again, this is a shit team. And there's a lot of shit in this team that needs to be improved and upgraded. But just give him time. Give Bryce Young time. You'll get a fucking win somewhere. There's some team like the Bears or the fucking Giants or the Jets that will get you that win, or the Cardinals. So there's time that you'll get the win in the NFL. But now you're 0-5. Bryce Young threw for 23 out of 38 passes, from completion, 217 yards, 1 touchdown. Tua had 3 touchdowns. He had a really good game on Sunday. 21 out of 31 throws, 262 yards. And the Dolphins win 21-42. And you look at the Dolphins now, like this team is a playoff is a Super Bowl contending team. You've got to give them. You got to say now that they're a Super Bowl contending team. Like you look at how Mike McDaniel has got this team playing. How he's got everybody dying for him. Yes, he may act like an idiot in press conferences and whatever, but that means he's a leader of men. Yes, he may act goofy, he may act like a fucking stupid idiot, but he is a leader of men, and people on the field are dying for him. They're playing for him. He's got the people around Tua now. The Bradley Chubb trade from the Broncos was a good addition last year, and you can really see that this Dolphins team is going to take some teams, especially if they get to the divisional rounds this year. Again, look out for the Dolphins. They could be one of the teams that could be. Again, I'm saying the Super Bowl contenders, the Dolphins. Again, they could take a couple of teams by surprise in the later playoff rounds. Then we have the battle of the NFC North. Who's the worst of the NFC North this year, you ask? Is it the Bears, who are 1-4 going into this game, or is it the 1-4 Vikings? Well, it was Bears football as usual. Chicago Bears lose 19-13 to the Vikings, and the Vikings are now 2-4. Bears are 1-5. Bajan actually came on in the second half of this Bears game because Justin Fields got injured. It didn't fucking matter anyway. Bajan should have played the rest of the fucking season. Ryan Poles should be fired. Justin Fields, that experiment with Justin Fields. Yay, remember that? King fucking Poles. Remember that? King Poles. King Poles has won the draft. Fuck that. You haven't won the fucking draft. King fucking Poles. Most cap space. This idiot Ryan Poles comes in, gets the most cap space, gets DJ Moore, gets Darnell Wright. And still this Bears team's 1-5. Come on. Like Justin Fields, the experiment. Oh, Justin Fields. No, Justin Fields sucks. He's overrated. Let's run the ball. Fucking Luke Getsy's playing the calls. You've got fucking Matt Eberflus. You hired a defensive head coach to help a young quarterback. Yeah, let's hire the defensive head coach that had one of the worst defenses in the 2021 season with the Indianapolis Colts. And let's hire a defensive-minded coach when all the league is attacking it. Let that make fucking any sense. But anyway, Bajan had 10 out of 14 throws. He was on long, like I said, he was only on for the second half. 63 yards, 1 touchdown. Cousins had 21 out of 31 throws, 164 yards, 1 touchdown. And yeah, the Vikings get the win. Then we had the Colts versus the Jags. Jags were back at home for this game. Not in London, but they're actually at their own stadium this week. The Colts, it was 20-7. Yeah, it was 20-17, and Minshew got 33 out of 55 throws, 329 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Trevor Lawrence had 20 out of 30 throws, 181 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and the Colts get the win. Oh yeah. Then we have the Seahawks versus the Bengals. 13-17, the Bengals get the job done. So it's like they're kind of getting their groove back. We got the 49ers, who were, again, there was only the 49ers and the Eagles that were undefeated going into week 6, but ultimately that ended. Brock Purdy's undefeated streak as being a starter in the regular season has ended, and he got his first loss in the regular season, 17-19 to the Browns. Again, all these people saying, oh, Brock Purdy's the guy. Brock Purdy was never the guy. This is what I mean with the 49ers. You had a guy in Trey Lance that could have been the guy, but you wanted to trade him away for a couple of draft picks. He could have been the guy. Again, this is what's going to stop this 49ers team from winning the championship. You have all the great things like McCaffrey, you have Kittle, you have, D-Boy Samuel, you have all these little Nick Bosa, but you don't have a quarterback that's going to take you to that next level. And I'm sorry, Brock Purdy's not that guy. Trey Lance could have been that guy, but he never got a chance. Jimmy Garoppolo's never that guy. You need to get yourself a quarterback if you're going to win a championship. And you could have had Patrick Mahomes in 2017. Talked about the Lions and talked about the Lions in the Bucks game yesterday. Not going to talk about it, but it was 20-6 to the Lions. The Patriots versus the Raiders. Oh my God, this was one of those. This was a dumpster fire. You had Bill Belichick, the legendary head coach Bill Belichick, who again, football has passed him by now. And I think it's time that Bill Belichick retires. I said this last week in my recap, but it's time for Bill. Just retire. You're a legend. Retire before the fans start, turning on you, because you're seeing that at Foxborough, and I think it's time that you need to leave. But ultimately, the Raiders, Josh McDaniels got his revenge over his former teacher in Bill Belichick and won 17-21. Then we had the Eagles versus the Jets, 14-20, and the Jets got the job done with Zach Wilson, and the Eagles lost the first game of the year. Jalen Hurts threw for 28 out of 40, completed 28 out of 45 passes, 280 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And the Jets get the job done with Zach Wilson as a quarterback. Then we go to the Cardinals versus the Rams. The Rams win 9-26 in the division game. Then we go to the Giants versus the Bills on prime time. It was 9-14. This wasn't a game I wanted to see on prime time. The Giants versus the Bills. Josh Allen wasn't at his best, but he got the job done. 19 out of 30 throws, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the Bills win 9-14. Then we had on prime time. You got to fit the Cowboys in somewhere on prime time. Again, America's favorite team, the Cowboys. Gonna have it on prime time. Again, you look at these head coaches. You got Mike McDaniel. You got Mike McCarthy, and then you've got Brandon Staley. Who's gonna fuck this up more? Brandon Staley. Yeah, I had you on the fucking pick, so you're gonna beat the fucking Cowboys today, yesterday and Monday. But you didn't. It was 20-17 to the Cowboys. Prescott threw for 20 out of 30, 272 yards, 1 touchdown. Justin Herbert had 22 out of 37 throws, 227 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and that is week 6 in the books. Leave you guys thoughts on the NFL week 6 in the comments. I'll be back in a couple of days to do my picks for week 7.